All right, how we doing? All right, Roy? All right, here we go. I got D.J.Roy, Stone. How we doing, brother?
Huh?
How we doing?
Doing good. Your volume's still low. How about me?
Oh, you look beautiful, man. You look
Thank you.
young, man.
I
You
like
looking
that
young,
background
man.
you got. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started here. Roy, we met. I don't remember when we met, but I just remembered you're a DJ. I'm a DJ. I started back in '77. When did you
All
get
right. Let's
started?
see. It's bad that we can't get that volume up. I'm trying to see what I could do here. Make sure mine is totally all the way up, I think.
You're loud and clear.
Okay.
So, like, what I had a problem before is my camera was kind of fuzzy, but when it came out clear. So let's just hope that it's all good.
Yeah. The problem is it'll be hard to play any music because I won't be able to hear anything that you say. But you say you can get it loud and clear on your end.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to hear any music. We can just we'll talk. We can hear the music in the background.
Okay.
So anyway, pretty much we're gonna interview. You don't need to be playing a whole lot of music. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just wanted to get a couple of those drops in there.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
So when did you start DJing, Roy?
I started DJing in about 1985.
Okay.
And working for a company called Music Masters out of Burlingame, California.
Right, they were my competition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, they were my competition, man.
Okay, yeah.
They had quite a few DJs running around.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they actually, the owner, Michael Grace, hired me and sent me out on my couple of first gigs with the guy to kind of train with. And then after that, he sent me out on my own. You know, I took the equipment out and I went out and I did my first gig. I think it was a wedding, and I was a little nervous, but I had been doing it for a while, so I knew what to do. And as long as I knew how to work the equipment and everything, and I wasn't afraid of the microphone, so I made all the necessary introductions, and I was on my way. And the next thing you know, he called me back again, said, "Hey, I got another wedding for you. I got 2 more. I got 3 more." And I was on a roll. I said, "Okay."
Well, those were the money gigs. The weddings was top dollar.
What was the top dollar at that time?
Yeah, the weddings were always, you get the most money was out of the weddings.
Yeah.
Birthday
they were charging,
parties,
I think, anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, but they were only paying us like a percentage of that. We weren't getting that kind of money.
No, of course not. Yeah. That's what I had. It was my own business, and I didn't charge that much. I was in it for the enjoyment and the prestige of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was. I mean, oh, Bobby Gold, it's Bobby Gold. And it was all fun. And I was working at the streets of San Francisco. I was DJing. I started DJing there for a short time, but I made more money bartending.
Okay.
You see, I got my tips, and it was more fun. We had the DJs there blowing my ears out, man. They had a big speaker right by the back bar where I was at, man, and it messed up my hearing, man. They call that noise pollution.
Noise pollution.
Yeah, it messed up my hearing, but enjoyed the music, enjoyed being in. That was the hottest black club in the Bay Area.
Wow.
At the time, it was an after-hours club. Yeah.
Yeah, the streets of San Francisco.
Yes.
They actually had a TV show with that name. I know you remember, with
Carl Malden,
what was his name? Michael Douglas and Carl Malden.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead and tell me about you, man. So you went on doing that, and I had the opportunity to do a couple gigs with you.
Yeah.
Me and
Those were fun.
we did out in Oakland. Me and Bobby and Tonelli went out, did one with you out in Oakland. It was great, man.
Yeah,
We had a ball. The three DJs together.
I remember that. Yeah, that was Bobby A. and you and myself. So man, yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Bobby A. is old school. He still uses the turntables and the vinyl. So I'm a more of an electronic guy. Because I don't want to carry all that vinyl, take out my back. So I have a controller and I have my music in my computer. So I got a laptop, and I got over 50,000, 100,000 songs in there, so I can play anything from the 50s all the way up to the present time, just a library of music. So, that's what I enjoy doing. Just going through the decades is what I call them, start off, usually when you do a wedding, you want to start off so the old people can get out on the floor. She plays some 60s, some 70s, a little bit of 50s, and then, bring it up to date, because the old people aren't going to stick around too long. So you let them dance, tire themselves out, and then you can ramp it up, and, the young folks are going to stay. So you get into that 70s, 80s, 90s, and then that what they call rap stuff, that they like, and hip hop and all that. And hey, the night's on its way.
Right. Well, that's what by the time I've been home.
Yeah.
I start off with the 40s, man.
Yeah.
In the 40s, man. Glenn Miller.
Okay.
Big bands. The 50s, 60s. I'm old, all that old school, man. But that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm stuck back in the 50s and 60s. And that was my things. I worked with those people. But anyway, that was, we had a blast anyway doing our thing. You did your thing. Let's go back and let's talk about, we've been to Voices of Latin Rock. We were out there together. You went out there with Jay Payton.
Yeah. Jay Payton.
About, yes. May it rest his soul. Let's talk about that. We know a lot of the same peoples.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jay was a great guy, and of course he was Mr. Entertainment. That's he'd been in entertainment for about 60 years, so I learned a lot from him. He actually was the first person to tell me to put my picture on my business cards, and he says that way when you give someone your card, they'll know who you are. It just won't be a name. They'll see the face and they'll remember, oh yeah, I remember this guy. And it was such a great concept that he told me to do. And I did that. And ever since, that's how my business cards look today. They got my picture on it, and I credit Jay Payton for that tip. And he would always tell me, he said, it's called show business because it's a reason why they call it show business. And he emphasized on the word show and business. They're two separate words, so you got to be able to show and you got to be able to know the business. So those were two words that he connected, and he told me how important they were, and this man did over a 2,000, I don't know how many thousand shows he did in his career, but from everybody to the Whispers to Lenny Williams, Larry Graham, he knew them all. So whenever I would get a chance to hang out with him, he'd take me and we'd go hang out. He said, man, we're going to go see the Whispers, we'd go backstage and hang out with him. And, everybody knew him on the first name basis. Hey, Jay. And I was like, man, and he would always introduce me, to whoever came up to him. This is my friend Roy. This is Roy. He's a DJ. And I felt so honored to just be in his presence, backstage with Larry Graham, the great Larry Graham, and just so many great entertainers that he brought me in the world to their world to be able to meet was just phenomenal.
Yeah, we were blessed. I was supposed to go out and visit him, and I tell you guys, man, we're not promised another day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're doing this interview now, Roy. I said, we got to do it, man. we have another close friend, George Livingston. We're going to get back to that in a minute. I want to talk about Jay a little bit more. We were out at we're at the Voices of Latin Rock together. That's the last time I was with Jay. We were together. We had took pictures together at that last time we were together with Jay. It was not only a pleasure, but a great honor to be with him that night. You and I were also at with Lenny Williams in Oakland, California. Was that Jeffries?
Jeffries Inner Circle, yeah.
Upstairs, yeah.
Upstairs,
that was for what was her name? From Pittsburgh, California. What was the sister's name? They're honoring her. It's kind of benefit for her.
Okay.
You know, Rosie Gaines.
Rosie Gaines, yeah.
Remember
used to sing with Prince. She used to sing with Prince.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, we've been so many times different people like this, you know. Do you remember Roger Collins?
Rocky Collins.
Roger Collins.
Roger
Too
Collins.
Young. She's looking good.
Yeah. I remember the song. Yeah.
Yeah. He's out of Oakland. I got to interview him. Like I tell that story about him. He was out in San Francisco, over there by the Geneva Towers. I had a house. He was laying on my kitchen floor fixing my oven, the thermostat on my oven, man, and it was amazing, man. We were talking music, and he found out who he was, man.
Oh.
But that's another story, man. I'll tell you about that another time. I'm interviewing you now, but I'm just bringing up that. And so let's tell you more about Roy, your wife, Carmen.
Yeah.
She worked with KYA.
She sure did, yeah, and so did I. That's where we met, was KYA Radio with Russ the Moose Syracuse and Gene Nelson. Some of the disc jockeys were there at the time, and you know, of course, they had just a history of legendary. They were the ones who really started on the AM dial with the, you know, with what all the other radio stations followed after their after they laid the foundation down. So that was exciting time. You know, people would come through the station like James Brown, you know, Martha Reeves, and the Vandellas and the Supremes. You know, it was a working radio station. So they'd come in and do interviews and walk right by the desk, you know, and you'd look and go, wow, you know, there's the Godfather of soul, you know.
I was telling you, I remember, Carmen, one time I walked in there. I was promoting my show at the Richmond Auditorium. It was called The Shower of Stars. I had the Penguins. They had Earth Angel. I had the Crest. They had 16 Candles and a whole bunch of other hits. I also had the Drifters and
the Boardwalk. Yeah.
Under the so many hits. And I had a show at the Caesar's Latin Palace a few weeks before that show was going to be at the Richmond Auditorium. And George Livingston Sr. was the mayor.
Okay.
And he came over as my guest with his photographer. And he was also the editor for that newspaper. He came and did an article and took photos and wrote a story about the story that the show was coming to the Richmond Auditorium. That was pretty cool. So, but I went to KYA to advertise for that show coming up, and Carmen was there. It was interesting. I can remember that was back in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember Carmen was there. She was a receptionist at the time.
Yep, she sure was.
Small world, brother.
A sales assistant.
Well, yeah. Well, she got the people, and they wrote up the contract for me, and that's how. It's just a small world.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Fast forward to today, and here we are. We've
Yeah.
been together almost 40 years. So
Right. Wow.
that's pretty much a lifetime for some.
You're right. So with this pandemic going, what have you been up to, Roy?
Well, I've been fortunate enough to, with the age of the computers, I've been able to do a few virtual events, so I did one for a church organization, and it went really well. They actually, believe it or not, they wanted a bunch of R&B and old school music, so that's right up my alley. So
Right.
I was able to keep them entertained and dancing for a couple of hours, and they had a ball. And I have done just one live event since the pandemic's been going on, and it was social distance. Everyone wore masks. It was a small crowd. It was a wedding that was booked through one of my companies that I work with, and it went really well. So those are probably the only two things that I've done, and just keeping my chops sharp by practicing. And every day, you never get too good to practice, and just try new tricks, and keep your chops up. So I've definitely been doing that, and just waiting for this pandemic to ease up, get better, so we can get back out there and do what we do.
There you go. What's the most how you say it? The most different gig that you can recall? Most different, like odd. This how would I say that? That you can remember. Well, I'll tell you what. I had a gig one time. It was for deaf people. It was a
What kind of
wedding.
people?
It was deaf, hard of
Oh
hearing.
no.
Yes. I'm like, how am I going to do this? They just do your
Yeah.
thing, right?
You did sign
I'm
language?
no, I played the music and they were going by the beat of the music on the floor.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Oh man, yeah,
No, just
that's
play your music. And I'm like, really? And there was,
yeah.
yeah. I said, how they going to hear it? They're going to feel it.
They're gonna feel it. Oh
They're going
man.
to feel it.
Wow, yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
pretty
you
interesting.
ever experienced anything like that? I mean, that's like, wow. Yeah, and they was digging. They was over to give me the thumbs up, and okay, and they give me the sign. Give me the okay sign. I'm yeah, right on.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think I have anything to compare with that. That's pretty
let's.
wild.
I've done it all, man. Listen, did you were doing some something out there with the food trucks before this pandemic? A while before that.
Yeah, that was about a year ago, last year. So they would have the food trucks, and people would come out and get their food. They have a place to sit and enjoy their food, and then they had me just spinning music to entertain the folks while they were, waiting either to get their food to take away. Most of them stayed because, of course, they enjoyed the music and they wanted to sit down and, listen to what I was going to play. And some of them were regulars, so they knew the schedule when I would be there. And I was doing Fridays, Thursday nights, and, so it got to be fun. So I did that for a couple of years, and really picked up a following. In fact, I still have a couple of people that call me to this day that hired me to do their own private gigs as a result of seeing me out there.
Right. Yeah. Um, One more question.
Mm,
Since I've seen on the news that some of these testing is for the COVID-19, some of the test places they were having somebody playing music. Did you
is
see that?
that right?
Yeah, they had
Oh,
DJ. Oh,
okay.
you didn't heard about that? I
No,
said that might be Roy out there.
no, I hadn't.
It wasn't you. Okay.
It wasn't me. No.
Okay. All right. So we've been around a lot of different celebrities and been out to shows together. Mentioned
Yep, a lot
another
of shows.
celebrity photographer, George Livingston.
Yep, you mentioned our good buddy
Good
George.
buddy
George is
George, yeah.
definitely, one of our best friends and favorite folks to be around. I'll tell you a story that George and I still crack up about to this day. It was last year when Sinbad was at Yoshi's in Oakland, and we had saw his show, and he did a great show, and so he goes off the stage and he goes backstage, and there's a door, of course, that you can have access to go backstage to talk with or meet with the entertainers. So I go to the door, me and George, and I knock on the door, and the guy opens the door, and he goes, "Yes." And I go, "Yeah, we want to see Sinbad." And he goes, "You want to see Sinbad?" He goes, "Well, who are you?" I said, "Man, this is George Livingston. You know who this guy is? This is George Livingston." And the guy goes, "Oh, George Livingston? Okay, well, come on in." Next thing, George is looking around. He's like, "Huh?" He says, "Man, what did you say to that dude?" He said, so that story, George still cracks up about that today. He goes, "Man, Roy just went up, told the guy, and you know who I got right here?" So.
Well, I'll tell you our Sinbad story. We had Sinbad over at the California Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting right on the foot of the stage, right there on the big speaker, sitting right there. And Sinbad's telling a story. He said, "Any cops here?" And I go, "You know me."
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm a cop." He turned around, "You are?" And everybody out in the audience starts saying, "That's Bobby the Clown." Bobby the Clown. He goes, "You a clown?" I go, "Yeah." It was funny, but Sinbad was so beautiful, man. That is just one cool brother. He just had a stroke, by the way.
Yeah. Do you know how he's doing?
I talked to Tommy T the other day about him because I got a get well card for him. I heard it's kind of a serious stroke.
Oh,
And
wow.
I really
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, I'm trying to get in contact. But anyway, prayers. Let's pray for him.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
also let's pray for George. He's
Yeah.
he's hanging tough,
Yes.
with his
Yes, our dear
problems.
friend.
Yeah, good friend, man. He put us together. He put me together with so many of the celebrities, and
Yeah, that's what he does.
yeah,
I got so many stories about George. I remember, we had went to the Paramount Theater to see the Temptations review, and George says, "We're going to get backstage, and I said, "Okay, well, we don't really have to." He said, No, we're going to get backstage. So he knew that one of my favorite singers was part of the show. He was singing with the review, and that was Ali Woodson. And man, if you know anything about the Temptations, Ali is just, he was the man. I mean, he was born to be a Temptation. He just had that swag and that coolness about him. So George says, "Hey man, well, we're going to meet by the stage door, and we'll just wait there, and someone's going to bring us a pass to get into the show." So little did I know, me and George are standing back there. This brother walks out in this mink coat, and he's walking. I look, and as he gets closer, I go, "That's Ali Woodson." And he comes out, and he goes, "Mr. Livingston." And I go, man, I'm standing there about to go, man, this is, man, Ali. He brings us backstage personally. We walk back in with him, and, we go back there. There's Dennis Edwards. There's the rest of the Temptations review. And so we get to talking and everything. And then, the show's about to start. So he hands us a couple tickets. We go and sit about the third row from the front, and they perform, do their show, the Temptations review. Ali did his show. And then when the show's over, I think the Temptations came back, the review. Ali comes down and sits right in the middle with me and George while we're watching the show. And I thought, it doesn't get any better than this. We have one of the greatest Temptations sitting right next to us.
Well, I got so many stories like that, but this is your interview.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They told me I can't be telling all those good ones. But, man, it was a pleasure interviewing you here.
Yes.
This is part one. We're going to get back to part two later.
Well, that's what we do. When we get together, it's almost like we can't help but tell these stories because that's who we are. That's a part of us. So
right, exactly.
That's how we met. And, when we get together, we still just like it's just like a conversation. If we're on the phone, it's an hour, 2 hours, it's like, man, where does the time go? So
well,
that's what good friends do. So
we got to
appreciate the opportunity.
And we got to cherish the time that we have with each other, Roy.
Absolutely.
I like that mic in front of you.
Oh yeah, this is a
Oldies
classic,
but goodies.
Right? This is James Brown's mic.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Please. If I had better knees, I would drop to the floor and show you, but I better not, because I might not get up.
I used to do that. I had 2 total knee replacements though, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, boy. Anyway, don't start me with James Brown now. That's when me and George met. James Brown concert out in the Circle Star, man. Those were the good old days, brother. And Danny Ray was my man. I love Danny Ray, boy. Yeah. I still imitate him. I did my last Danny Ray impression over at the California Theater. I was doing his act, man. Yes. With Joe Glassford. But he pulled a dirty trick on me. He was down on his knee, and I'm patting him on his back. He says, Bobby, I can't get up. I can't get up. And I thought the brother was hurt.
Oh, no.
Oh, he fooled me, man. I'll never forgive him for that, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
I said, man, he's hurt. He jumped up,
he
man.
Can't get up.
Oh, that was cold. He got me, man. I'm the clown, but he clowned me that night, man. I was scared. I thought the brother was hurt.
Yeah. I mean, he said you can't get up. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Somebody call 911.
Yeah.
Anyway.
In the middle of a show.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. I love you, bro. Thank you for this interview.
Love you too, man. And, thank you so much.
Over and out, man.
All right, brother.
Take
care.
Some music
Have
on.
A blessing.
Let's close this off, man, with a song, man. Put something on there.
All right, I got you. Let's see.
Let's get out of here with something good.
As a matter of fact, I was on an interview last night with the great Michael Cooper of Confunction. So why not just close it out with a little bit of him? This is one of his greatest. You remember this one?
Yeah. I was dancing this at the Ghetto Club. Yeah. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, D.J.Roy Stone.
Yes, sir.
What the music for, man? I want my money back. I want my money back.
All right. Okay. Hold on. I was going to put in one of mine. Listen to this.
The hottest jams, D.J.Roy Stone.
There you go.
In the mix.
Keep the music going, man. We're going to boo you, man. Like we did at the Apollo, man.
Huh?
Like the Apollo, we're going to boo you, man, until you stop that music.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just wanted to give you a taste. I didn't want to play the whole song.
Tease, that's not a taste. You teasing, man.
Yeah.
All right, Roy.
I saw you.
Play that music. Get us on out of here, man. Much love, brother. Play that music. Play it. Keep the music going.
Keep that music going.
Keep it going. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's going right now. You want to hear it? I can turn it up.
Yeah.
How about this?
There you go. All right. Well, like I said, Roy Stone, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going.
September?
Keep it going. Yeah. All right, brother. Bye. All right.